U.S. beaches, parks, full-on Memorial Day weekend, despite scamdemic. Yes, health officials issue warnings after some revelers did not follow precautions while marking the beginning of summer. Oh, yeah, you just can't keep a good thing down. You know that. Americans need to be proud, really, because you bucked the trend of the entire world. Where everybody else, I mean, I'm not saying everywhere in the world, but certainly in the West, everyone is trying to one up and do exactly what the government says. Americans come out and party, and I love it. So this is an article here off Al Jazeera. The Memorial Day weekend, marking the unofficial start of summer in the United States, brought a big crowds to some of the beaches, parks, and other destinations across the country, and warnings from experts. Yeah? Who are these people? Experts, of course. Pentagon officials say about people disregarding the coronavirus social distancing rules. The outbreak in the U.S., the hardest hit country in the world, has killed nearly 10,000 fluffy bunnies and has infected whatever number they put there, which of course is just garbage anyways. All 50 states begin to ease restrictions in some capacity, experts again is quarantine experts, coronavirus experts. Are we talking Dr. Anthony Fauci? Are we talking Deborah Bricks? I mean, what experts are we talking about? Pentagon officials say Barbara Starr have warned citizens to stay vigilant and continue to take precautions to avoid a resurgence. You don't want those waves coming, especially when you're on the beach, right? Waves suck when you're on the beach. Oh no, there's another wave. On the beaches in the southern state of Florida over the weekend, sheriff's deputies and beach patrols tried to make sure people kept their distance from others as they soaked up the rays on the sand and at the parks. In Tampa area, along Florida's Gulf Coast, the crowds were so big that authorities took the extraordinary step of closing parking lots. The county's sheriff, Bob Gualtieri, said about 300 deputies were patrolling the beaches to ensure people... I hope they throw them in the water. In the state of Missouri, people packed bars and restaurants at Lake of the Ozarks, a vacation hotspot with Chicagoans. I like Chicagoans. Yeah, Chicagoans. Over the weekend, one video showed a crammed pool where vacationers lounging close together without masks. The St. Louis station KMOV TV reported. And in West Virginia, ATV riders jammed the vast 700-mile Hatfield-McCoy network of all-terrain vehicle trails on the weekend. It was allowed to reopen since the outbreak took hold. So it was the first time it was allowed to be open, and campgrounds and cabins were opened as well. We truly appreciate getting to reopen, said Jeff Lusk, executive director of Hatfield-McCoy Regional Recreation Authority, told the Charleston Gazette-Mail. Being able to open now will help our businesses recover. But the experts, the health officials, the Pentagon officials say the joys of being outside were met with warnings from health experts. Of course, the aforementioned Deborah Birx here, coordinator of the White House Coronavirus Task Force. You know, the lady with the X scarves she always has on, hide her chicken neck. She was very concerned about the scenes of people crowding together over the weekend. Hey, can't have fun. Forget the law. Look at this. This is in Port Arkansas. Is it Arkansas or Arkansas? I don't know. You guys can tell me. But you see a lot of people. I don't know. We got to go in there with the tape. We got to get that guy in New York City with his tape measure. He runs up to everybody. He starts to... We really want to be clear all the time that social distancing is absolutely critical. And if you can't social distance when you're outside, you must wear a mask. Says who? Of course. Your experts. The U.S. is expected to surpass more than 100,000, whatever. The New York Times marked the grim milestone by devoting Sunday's entire front page to list 1,000 names of those who have died. The headline, Incalculable Loss. I do have a Twitter thing here. I'll just go to my Twitter because I didn't have it prepared. There's Grace. Really graceful here. And she says the sixth name listed on the New York Times article was confirmed to have died in a homicide. That's Jordan Haynes here. So the New York Times, one of the worst brands of toilet paper that exist. And definitely do not use this on your ass. It's not good for you at all. New York Times full-time propagandists. The people that run the New York Times need to be arrested and charged against crimes against humanity and conspiring to destroy the United States of America, because that's what they do on a daily basis. But this is pure propaganda, all these names. I wonder if you scrutinized every one of these names. I wonder how many of them, how many do you think were eaten by a shark or hit by a bus or struck by a bolt of lightning on the way to being diagnosed with COVID, of course. So yeah, the beach is getting a lot of press. It's all over the news here. You got all these stories here. Fit this coverage here. Coronavirus. Americans hit the roads, beaches. U.S. Memorial Day. Americans head outdoors. You see the orange face ogre here, of course. You've got people tweeting. Usually the people that tweet here are approved by the New World Order media. Here is William Shatner here. Hey, he's from Montreal. Captain's log, star date 67, a beautiful crisp morning, heading out to see my horses and take the emissaries out to burn some energy. For those thinking about heading to the beach or something for Memorial Day, don't. The beach will still be there after COVID. You may not be. I wonder how many of these people that would read this post actually have a stable and horses and all these acres and probably a private lake. I mean, I wouldn't know what William Shatner lives on, but I mean, he's taking his horses out. And right? So I would say, screw you, Captain Kirk. Screw you and your toupee, you douchebag. But there you go. And this is the type of propaganda, of course, that they want you to embrace. That's why they use the celebrities, because people are dumb. And we'll take a look here, too, because you got the Canadian Brainwashing Corporation. It's publicly funded by Canadian taxpayers. Wants to turn your kids into trannies here up in Rainbow Unicorn Land. Crowds cram beaches across the U.S., raising physical distancing concerns. Sheriff's deputies, beach patrols tried to make sure people kept their distance. I mean, like, seriously, when it's hot like this is where you'll want to be. All right, this is nice. This is Baker Beach in San Francisco here. Lovely. Look at these. I guess these are millionaire homes up here, celebrities and stuff probably, who don't live by the rules, of course, right? That's only when the camera's on and then they're aware of it that they're going to do it. But I wonder what the comments are like with this here. Well, I usually typically go to the most active. Is it okay to call Trump hydroxychloroquine? Before anyone freaks out, ask yourself this. Has anyone anywhere in the entire world contracted COVID-19 as a result of casual contact with a person outside in a public beach? Have you heard a single case of this happening? No, you haven't. Sunshine kills the virus. Casual contact does not lead to infection. And certainly not going outside in the fresh air. What results in infection is prolonged contact with those who have the COVID-19 virus, and particularly indoors. And all of these people who are getting outside fresh air are doing the very best thing they could: exercise, fresh air, sunshine, and to that, good nutrition and plenty of rest, and you've got the best prescription. You only got 2 people thumbing this up, but he got 25 replies. So I guess the government employees here and the CBC, well, it's one and the same, right? If there's any real justice in the world, people who downplay the severity or post blatant misinformation like this will be tasked with paying the ultimate price. So I wonder if I could find that comment that I just thought of there. on YouTube. Well, I'll look it up after anyways, because there was a comment on YouTube that I saw on a Variety post that was getting tons of thumbs up, and it was basically saying something similar. Although no, it wasn't saying something similar. It was actually saying that people who defy the quarantine rules should be labeled and treated as domestic terrorists. Yeah, I'll try to track that one down. There's a lot of these going around. So here's Jeff Laidlaw here. He's laying down the law. And James Risden's not having it, blah, blah, blah. If anything I have said untrue, prove it, make your case and facts and all that. And then you're probably I guess it's just the two of them. They're just going at it. No, somebody else comes in here. No point arguing with you, James. You can't put something where there is nothing. Completely unqualified opinion based mostly on logical fallacies. So, you're just getting the typical sort of responses that you would get. Trump's grandfather famously died quickly of the Spanish flu. You'd think Trump would remember that. You get the whole Trump game up here too. And yet another reason to in particular keep the USA-Canada border closed for a long time, says Lyschen Mueller. None of these borders should be closed. It's hurting so much business, and it's restricting people's travel, and it's ruining families and weddings and funerals and everything. All these things that we have to do on a regular basis. This has all come to a stop, but you just see the typical types of responses here. Trump just announced that he is taking chloroquine, or he's not taking chloroquine anymore. I guess it doesn't work anymore. 3 days ago, it was a beautiful drug. It's just like a shill festival. So we'll take a look here, because we do have some images from the Ozarks here, Lake of the Ozarks. I like this too. They got these. It's so American. You have tables out in the pool. You gotta have your beverages. I'll hand it to these guys. They got 12 million views on this video, so most people are very angry about this. But is it possible that this is a video from last year or another time? Could be, but I mean, it's probably just people having fun, which is what people should do. Life is short. Get out and have fun. Never wear a mask. You're putting your life in danger if you walk around, especially if you're older or you have respiratory problems. But here we go. Nice to see these people are not social distancing. Good job, people. Good job. Good job. Good job. That's what I like to see. Man, it's just like the old days. Remember the old days? They want a new normal. They don't want any of this. Right? They don't want any of this. They don't want you to have fun and be, human and, get close to people and have real intimate relationships and fun, and just no worries. That's not good for their control system. Right? It's not good for their control system to have people not doing what the government and the corporatocracy tells them, right? Of course, the government has no right to do this to their people. And I'm sure a lot of these people understand this. And a lot of these people are like, Kobe Schmoby, right? Screw you. It's nice outside. I'm sick of being inside. I'm going to go out and have fun, because that's why we live, right? We don't live so we can sit in front of a box and get programmed into idiocy on a daily basis, right? That's what they want you to do. Stay inside, wear a mask. Go outside, wear a mask. What? When it's hot outside, get the freak out of town. But yeah, you see here, they got CNN. This is the front page here. Americans leave behind. Look at this. CNN's just try and fit this all in here. Americans leave behind lockdown mask on holiday weekend. And they're showing all these photos. Look at these crowds. This is unacceptable. People surfing, people boating, people at the beach. Despite a surge in COVID-19 cases in some states, many Americans have flocked to parks, restaurants, and beaches to celebrate Memorial Weekend. Absolutely. Take your country back. Take it all back, man. Take it all back. Don't listen to any of this bull crap. And you see there you go. Social distancing was non-existent. Missouri's pool party. So this is Missouri, not to be mistaken with the Ozark Lake, I guess. Yeah, no, it's a different place. All right, see. No, it's the same one. What's going on here? Is this... I guess it's Missouri, then it's the Ozark Lake, right? Does it say? Yeah, okay, so Lake of the Ozarks. Pardon me. That's just... That video makes me happy, though. Here's another one. Let's check this one out here. No, it's the same one. It's just better resolution. There you go. I'm looking for the girls in the bikinis. There's just a lot of fat people, though. I could spot a hot girl in a bikini. I would not see anyone except the hot girl in the bikini. That's all I would see. I don't care how fat you are and flubby, and my eyes would instantly. Oh, that rainbow unicorn stuff ain't working on old Jeff C here. Anyways, that's nice to see. That's a much clearer... I wasn't expecting to find a much clearer video of it, but now you see it in full resolution here, and you see people are having fun. And nobody's social distancing, and I like this. I like drinking in the pool. Do you get to pee in the pool? I bet you some people do. I guarantee you some people do. Just don't drink the water, or don't take it in your mouth. But anyways, yeah, the gathering violates social distancing measures. Well, it doesn't violate anything. Go ahead and gather, and then let them try to charge you with something, and then you'll find out that there's no laws that you're breaking. Intended to limit the spread of COVID-19 as part of Missouri's reopening plan announced earlier this month, state officials said restaurants may offer dining and services, but must adhere. You have to adhere to social distancing. Why don't you not adhere? Why don't you say, come to my restaurant and we're going to pack you in like sardines. Come to my restaurant. We're going to pit 20 people for each table. Just do it. Just do it. See what happens. Make it, and then watch all the people show up, because people will have fun. You know, people have fun when they're together. People have fun when they're touching one another and getting close and all that, right? That's how we have fun. That's when we feel good about each other, sort of thing. They don't want you to ever have this again. You know this, right? Like, you have to understand why I'm taking the time to show this tonight is because it's so important to realize that the New World Order hates this, and there's no way they don't want you to have this ever again. They never want you to have this type of lifestyle again. Ever. They want you to be scared, and they want you to social distance forevermore. They want your children to social distance, and they want you to act like everyone's a leper. That's what they want. They want you to treat every single human being like they're a leper. My neighborhood's exactly the same. I'm so sick of people. Like, seriously, I'm sick of freaking berating people for leaving the... Stop leaving the... I keep saying it. Stop leaving the sidewalk, all right? I'm not going to leave the sidewalk. I'm not going to freaking walk out in the road because you're afraid of getting your virus. Just stay on the sidewalk and stop being stupid. I mean, as if just a person walking by somebody, even if they were deathly ill, as if you get anything, right? Even if you passed a leper, I think they probably have to touch you and breathe on you or something like that. This is just the insanity that they try to program you with. But you see the whole, response to this. They got this girl here. And she looks kind of Asian, so they got, okay, let's get Karen. Is Karen? I don't know. Natasha Chen. This is whatever. So Natasha Chen here came to the beach, and we'll listen into what she says because, yeah, of course, racism. Somebody said something. Of course, they have no evidence and no proof, but this is the way that the New World Order media works. They throw out a story, and you're supposed to believe it. I watch the Canadian Brainwashing Corporation up here in Canada every single day put up these videos, especially dealing with women and misogyny or... alleged sort of this, and it's just women saying that this happened, and it's accepted as fact, and it's like, well, wait a second, how do we know any of this is real? That's not reporting. You have to do research. You have to be able to corroborate what somebody says, and if somebody says that, and you can't prove it, then it's alleged, and therefore, if it's alleged, then why are you using it? Well, because the news is just propaganda. It's New World Order propaganda, 24/7. It's not news. There's no unbiased sort of reporting. It's not like we're trying to find out exactly what's going on this street corner. No, it's nothing like that. The news is propaganda. So the stories all fit the propaganda. And when you chisel away at the foundations of these stories, you find there's absolutely nothing supporting them. So we'll just see a perfect example of this here. And you see this every day on your media.
You've seen and what has happened to you on the beach. I understand there were people who were harassing you?
Harassing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Anna, within the last hour, there was a person who was not happy with what we were covering. We've been mostly talking to people who've all been really nice, by the way, talking to us about how they're social distancing, what they're seeing with the crowds on the beach.
Would those be the people with the rainbow umbrella? Imagine that. If you're on the beach, you got a rainbow umbrella, I'm steering clear of you.
Beach. But this person didn't like it. And in addition to shouting at us while I had a mask on, he said to me to get out of his country with an expletive, and that I was the reason that I was responsible for this, referring to my ethnicity. So that wasn't nice.
Okay, that wasn't nice, but you give no proof whatsoever. So there's no way that anybody can take this seriously, because you can just make up that story. You see, they don't expect anyone to question anything. They expect, oh my God, racist Americans. Oh, it's probably white people, Oh my God, the racism towards Asians. This girl looks like only vaguely frickin' Asian anyway. She doesn't look like super Asian or anything. She could pass for other sort of nationalities.
That I was responsible for this, referring to my ethnicity. So that wasn't nice. But for the most part, everybody else has been very open to talking to us about, this very unusual Memorial Day weekend, as you mentioned. And just to be clear, if there's nobody right around me as I'm doing this live shot, I have the mask off, but I put it on
there
right
you go.
That, knowing that we're crossing paths with a lot of folks. And our crew seems to be, though, the only people in masks that we've seen all day. So that has been one thing we've noticed. If you take a look around on the beach behind me, though, you can see that there are parties pretty well spaced out from each other. And that's what our interview subjects were telling us, that they have seen people relatively calm, kind of following the rules. But keep in mind,
follow the rules, everyone.
Myrtle Beach that had an executive order this past week specifying that police could have, some leeway here, some authority this weekend, an extraordinary event.
No authority.
Because they saw some problematic behavior last weekend with people not social distancing.
So that's just another example of pure propaganda, right? Pure propaganda. And here they're showing the Ozark Lake thing again, and then you got just shut up, and they got to put an Asian guy there in the middle. And look at this guy, look at this thing, look at this creature. Could you imagine do you think this guy has any friends, like real friends, or do you think everyone's like, Brian's a piece of I doubt this guy is even human. I mean, it's hard to believe these people, really, right? But you just see the type of propaganda that's used, right? And they're saying that woman there had racism, and it's like, well, you don't give any proof to corroborate your story. You just put it out there, and this is what they do every single day, right? They just say these things. And how do we know that you're not lying? How do we know? What if they just laughed at you because you're wearing a mask, right? What if they saw that you were CNN? They said, get the hell out of here, CNN. And then would you say, well, it's racism. They told me because, I'm Asian. And, it's just total bullshit. Of course, the whole thing, they're always trying to do that, the left-right game that they play with CNN, right? CNN's there to push that anybody that supports Trump is racist, misogynist, bigot, all these different things. And it's Trump-tards that are seriously threatening the United States, and all these people that don't listen to the rules. Even though they're not rules, they're just what you would say government coercion, right? Or manipulation by the government, trying to convince people that they don't have the right to do things, which they absolutely have the constitutional right to do. The whole thing is a trick, right? The whole thing is a scam. And I'm just glad to see so many people standing up to it. People just saying, the hell with it. I mean, seriously, even if there was some deadly pandemic, right? Even if there was, right? You can't stop living. You can't stop going to the beach. You can't stop being with your friends. You can't stop not seeing your relatives. I mean, all of this is just such insanity, what they have tried to push on us. And what I say, too, I mean, the social distancing, the new normal, of course, right? That's the thing that people need to realize is, and we've talked about this since the beginning, right? The new normal is what the New World Order wants. They want to destroy our way of life. They want to bring in a new paradigm, a new way of life in which people don't touch each other and children don't interact and stuff like that. And it's disgusting. Anybody that promotes the new normal, I think, should be arrested or at least investigated for being a part of a global plot. Some people are just retards, right? Look at this new normal. Expect your haircut experience to be quieter. Why? Right? Our new normal in pictures. Let's just take a look at this. CNN. Let's just bring this up since we're here. Our new normal in pictures. And here they've got some shill actor person and a bunch of mannequins.
Hey guys, you get those mannequins from the hospitals by any chance? Hey, the New York City hospitals are calling.
What's the name of the doctor there?
Dr. Kelseyleigh Smith is calling for more mannequins down in the ER.
Yeah, Dr. Kelseyleigh Smith, the crisis doctor there, crisis actor doctor. But here's an example, our new normal in pictures. And then here, look at this insanity. Look at this insanity, right? Like, I swear, I mean, I piss all over all this, right? I mean, like, this stuff is just, if you partake in this, I don't like you. Like, as a person, because you display no integrity as a human being, that you have no intelligence, that you do what the government tells you. You don't think critically about what they're trying to do. Look at this, people waiting for elevators, and they're just all got their backs to each other. Look at what they're trying to do to people. Look, this stuff is insane. I mean, these are the gayest things I've ever seen. These hug wrap things. You know, they put the plastic dividers up, and then they have the arms where people can hug each other through the plastic. It's just insanity. That's not the way to hug in the future. Are you freaking kidding? Right? Here they are in church, and they like to show this. And look, it's just women in the church all alone. Where's your husbands? What's going on here? And then, you know, like, it just defies the whole experience. Here is, yeah, this guy, you're going to take a romantic gondola through Venice by yourself. Even worse, you're wearing a mask and gloves. This guy needs to be pushed over. I'm sorry. He's the little shove here. He'd fall back. Then you probably drown though. But look what they've got here on they got a little box there.
Don't leave the box, guys. Make sure you keep your feet within the box area.
It's just so dumb. And then look at the beaches. Look at this insanity. Be like, sorry, I'm gonna get close to these girls. I'd be lifting this up. Hey, girls. I'm gonna put my towel down. I mean, it's just so dumb. You're roping people off like they're cattle, of course, because that's what they want you to be. And then here we are with the sports, I guess. This is the German soccer game, and they had all these. I mean, it's just insanity, right? Look at this. Do you want to talk New World Order? Look at it. It's a bunch of cardboard people, right? Although you could argue that the cardboard people are smarter than the regular people. I would say so. Probably. You'd probably get more intelligence if you were to interview one of these cardboard sort of cutouts than if you were to actually interview a real sort of sports fan. It's just insanity though. But like, and then you say, well, what is it for? Is it for really the teams? Like, do the teams really require that illusion that they're actually playing to people? Not really. They're professional athletes. They play all the time. So, I mean, it's like those professional soccer players, I mean, they train every day pretty much, and they do scrimmage games all the time and all that, not in front of people. So I don't think it really makes all that much of a difference to them. Obviously, the sound of a crowd is, you know, something that really pumps you up, but, you know, you can still play your games sort of thing. And then you've got the people spraying here. in the subways. This is New York. Yep, Manhattan. And look at this. Look at this and cross them out. I mean, you kind of ask the question, why don't you just like move them, further away from each other? But I guess it's more important to get the X and the police tape out and really program the masses. And then here you've got a plastic wrap for what looks like a butcher here. Butchers in Mexico City weigh meat behind a plastic curtain. And then what do you got here? People watch Trolls World Tour. I mean, what kind of people would watch Trolls World Tour? Why would you watch Trolls World? Why would you subject your children to horrible, satanic New World Order programming from Hollywood? Never let your kids watch this crap. This crap will turn them tranny. It'll mess with their brains. That's what it's for. Never watch any of this stuff. Don't promote it. Here is the Parthenon. Here, the Acropolis in Greece. And look at the window panes that they're sticking up here. Just insanity, right? And then what do we got here? Dentist here. Dentist, Dora, Gamesi. And they're in like hazmat suits. Just retarded, right? And then what do we got here? It's another soccer pitch here. People wait in line for COVID-19 testing in South Korea. Whatever, right? I mean, it's probably just get a bunch of people to stand on their little circle and then take the photo and then try to convince the dumb people around the world that this is happening. Here is in China. This is Disneyland Shanghai, and you've got the yellow square here. So a woman stands on a designated spot to maintain social distance while waiting to enter Disneyland amusement park in Shanghai. So the people now that go have to wear masks, and they have to get their temperature taken, and they have to go through hoops of fire, of course. Here is, I mean, this is just the most insane stuff. You get the woman in purple here, but it's Mother's Day. Mary Washington speaks through a window to her daughter, Courtney Crosby, CC 33, and grandchild, Sidney Crosby. Sidney. Yeah, it is Sidney Crosby. That's like the hockey player, Sidney Crosby. This is retarded. I mean, it's insanity. What, you're not going to go and see your grandmother? I mean, what? You may not, she could die. What are you going to do? That's going to be how you're going to remember her, like looking through the window, tapping on the window. And it's insanity. Here's, I guess this is this the White House? Where is this? Friends and family. No, it's New Orleans here. So this is a funeral. Yeah. Friends and family at a funeral. And then here is your getting the thermometer reading up to the head here. And this is in Italy, Milan. And then you've got boxers training here in Jordan. It's just really bizarre, right? Like they're showing this photo. Like anybody at Jordan is actually doing the social distancing. They show you one photo of boxers training.
Hey, use that one. It looks like they're complying, Just do it, and it looks like it's all over the world.
And then you got this. What's going on here? Imagine this poor hulking sort of person here who's giving the manicure having to be wrapped up in plastic all day long. Right? I mean, as if it isn't bad enough to be that large, but to be wrapped up in plastic, and as if that makes you safer. What are you wearing the plastic for? What's going on here? Because there's no plastic here on your hands and on your arms, and you're actually touching the person. So what's the point of all of this? Right? You get all sweaty and disgusting. Like there's no point to it. So a customer gets manicured at Atlanta. And then you get the 33 here. It's probably just this little twirl's coming down. But this is school. I mean, this is the most insane thing, what they're doing to the children. It's so evil. Because the children are going to grow up with this phobia. They're all going to be obsessive-compulsive disorders. Yeah, they're all going to have OCD. And they're going to be told that having OCD is a strength, is a superpower. Because you know that germs are bad. So you have to stay away from people. Here is Virginia Bejar, who works in her home at Madrid while holding her 6-month-old daughter. Okay, what's the purpose of that one? And then you've got people playing golf here. I guess golf is one of these sports. So look at this retard. And what's the point? It's so stupid. Please keep your distance. Wait here. And they got the squeak, squeak. You get the little... I gotta get that out. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. And the hot weather and the nice sunshine kills any of these viruses anyways. And what your body needs, you need, germs. You need bacteria. You need all this stuff to be interacting with your immune system on a daily basis. Otherwise, you're depriving your immune system of what it needs to function. Here is a hairdresser or a barber a stylist cuts a customer's hair in New Orleans. And then you got people outside that are social distancing, and he's wearing the mask here. And then you got this here. Lydia Hasselbrook greets her friend Rose through the kitchen. I mean, how retarded is this? And what's the point of wearing a mask if you've got a window in between you, right? This is just theatrics. This is probably somebody that works for CNN or Reuters or whatever, the Beast Media, and it's like, get your daughter's friend. We're gonna take a photo. We'll get it all nice. She's got the mask on, and look at this crappy, stupid makeshift mask that she has on too. It's just the whole thing is so dumb. Nobody complies with this or should comply with this. And then here's a marriage. Look at this. Oh, that's memorable. Remember our marriage where there was nobody there? Newly married Tyler and Karen Suiters embraced after being married in Arlington, Virginia. So I guess the priest was down here or something, and this is where did they get the kiss? No, they can't do that, right? No, let's do that. Then here is in Dusseldorf, the German, they had the big game on the weekend, I know, because the sports was ringing with it. Oh, and of course the stadium was empty, but they put the seats all colored and tried to give the illusion or something here. And then you got this here, which is customers at a lunch. And what's the point? I mean, if this is a couple, why would you want to... I mean, they're going to sleep next to each other. I mean, it's retarded. Of course it's retarded. Right? This is in Japan. And here they are, and you only see one table here. I don't know what's going on up here. There's something going there. I guess you can't have anybody at this table, or is this just theatrics, more staged photo ops here? Looks like a good meal, though. Hey, look at all this food. Making me hungry. I'm envious. The guys don't get enough toilet green. Here's a cab driver in Hanoi, Vietnam, and he's looking. He's like, you're a bit too close. And then you've got the Muslims here. Oh, there you go. Muslims pray. This is in a mosque in Berlin. Then you've got CNN with Obama here with San Diego High School student Phoebe Siep Center and her sisters, Sydney and Paisley, watch U.S. or former U.S. Barry here talk about Michael's bulge. Look at this retardedness. These guys are such douchebags. They're like, hey, I've been watching CNN. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's social. I mean, like, they're so afraid that they're actually going to sit at the far end of each bench. I mean, it would be sufficient if you just sat close to each other, but a bench, I mean, you just sit next to each other and have an old-fashioned conversation, of course. Look at the pigeons here, and the pigeons are like, these guys are retards. You talk about bird brains, right? Really? I think birds are a lot smarter than most humans. The birds aren't falling for it. They're like, screw this crap. And that's it. So, yeah, just nuts, folks. I mean, look at what they're doing to people. And they make it seem like, I know it is mostly the West. I would be skeptical about the theatrics about a lot of these photos, but it is happening for sure. But you just see the insanity of it, the ludicrous, nature of it, and how stupid, and none of it makes sense, of course. And none of it holds up to scrutiny. And it's like, well, wait a second, what's going on here? And then how do we... I mean, the whole thing is retarded. It's just... I'm just so glad. I'm so glad to see all those people. Where were they? There they are. Let's close out with this, folks. See all these people who obviously don't watch CNN and are just having... shit. I apologize for that. It's because CNN has such bad audio. I have to turn it up so much. Probably hurt my ears more than yours, though. But just so nice to see that. Get out, have fun, defy everything. Don't comply with any of this stuff. Great stuff. Shout out to all the Americans and everyone else around the world that stands up to this crap. I know a lot of my friends in UK, Ireland, even Europe, places in Europe and all over the world. I get people messaging me, showing me people are not obeying. They're not obeyers, because that's what it is. They want you to obey, and it's like, no, we don't. That's not the world that we live in. That's not the world that our ancestors fought for. It's not what the founding fathers of America envisioned for United States of America and the rest of the free world. Obeyers, people that just do exactly what the television does. The price of freedom is constant vigilance, right? It's always challenging everything. Never ever accept anything unless you can corroborate it yourself. Don't believe what the television is telling you, and stand up and get out and have fun, for crying out loud. It's so nice. It's finally nice, It's like summer here too, and it's so nice to see people out. When I see people with masks, I just but when I see people out doing things like they used to do, 2019 and before, I'm so happy to see that. So shout out to everybody that's standing up to this crap. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to do a live show, big live show tomorrow evening. Looking forward to doing that. I got a lot of stuff already ready for the big show, and undoubtedly I'll have a lot more by the time I go live tomorrow. So come and check it out. Of course, if you can, please do come and support me. Patreon links in the description. Really helps out a lot, as I lost my work due to the Kobe thing. So this is what I do full time. So you come and sign up for my Patreon and help support the show. You get all the notifications. You never miss anything. No matter where I post it, you'll get it. Plus, you get all kinds of extra bonuses up on my Patreon. Lots of great conversations, great people. There's a community tab, and you get private messages and everything else. So go and check it out if you haven't already. And I just want to wish you guys all an awesome week. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you're wherever you are, the weather's nice, and you're getting out and you're defying the madness of this new world order, just like these good people here at the Ozarks Lake in Missouri and elsewhere in Florida and California and everywhere else. So we showed North Carolina, all the different beaches that people are standing up. Shout out to everybody that's doing that. You guys are awesome. And I love the spirit of America. I love that spirit of freedom, which is something we can never ever lose sight of. More than ever now, it's more important than ever to talk to people about the importance of freedom and constitutional rights. There's never been a more important time, because now you know how they can try to take all this stuff away. So much love, folks. See you guys all on the next one. Take it easy, folks.